So we will see first what is given in the question. So molar mass of bromine 3579 is 79 gram, as we can see from the atomic mass only. Okay, then molar mass of the another isotope of bromine, that is bromine 3581, will be 81 gram. Okay, now percentage abundance is also given for bromine 3579, it is 49.7%, and percentage abundance of bromine 3581 is also given, that is 50.3%. okay, so we can just put these values in the equation that I have discussed now. So average atomic mass of bromine is equal to the molar mass of bromine 3579, it is 79, we'll ignore the gram. Okay, 79 into 49.7%, okay, as it is given in the question, the percentage abundance. Okay, plus then again the product of molar mass of bromine 3581 and percentage abundance. So 81 is molar mass and percentage abundance of bromine 3581 is 50.3%. okay, so we can just solve this value. So how much you'll get? 79 into 49 by 7 divided by 100 plus 81 into 50.3 by 100. So we'll just take the LCM. 100, 79, okay, into 49.7 plus 81 into 50.3. okay, and when you solve this, you will get around 80.006. okay, so 80.006, you can just write U here. okay, so 80.006 will be the average atomic mass of bromine atom in that bromine sample. Okay, so that's how, by using the equation of average atomic mass, you can find out the average atomic mass of any element. Okay, we'll just move to the next question, that is 11th one. The average atomic mass of a sample of an element X is 16.2 U. What are the percentage of isotopes 16, X816 and X818 in the sample? Okay, did you get the question? Here average atomic mass of the sample of element is already given. Okay, in the previous question you had to calculate the average atomic mass. Now in this question, average atomic mass of the sample of the element X is already given, that is 16.2 U. Okay, so we'll just write what is given in the question. Okay, so average atomic mass of element X. So name of the element is not given, it has been just given as X. Okay, 16.2 U. Okay, now what are the percentages of isotope X816 and X818 in the sample? Means here this element X, okay, contains two isotopes. It consists of two isotopes, that is X816, X818. So this element X is in the form of two isotopes. That means in the sample of the element X you have the mixture of these two isotopes. So from these two isotopes you can just predict the molar masses of these two isotopes. So the isotope X816, okay, can just write the molar mass of isotope X at 16 is 16 gram. Okay. Now molar mass of isotope X at 18 is equal to 18 gram. Okay. Now what is asking the question? What are the percentages of, means percentage abundance of each isotope you have to find out. So here also we have to assume that let the percentage abundance of isotope X816 be Y. Okay, why we have taken Y? Because X already represent the atomic, the element X. Okay, element. So this element present in that sample. Okay, so we will just assume, let the percentage abundance of isotope X816 be Y percentage. Okay, so in Y percentage X816 is present in the sample. So the percentage abundance of isotope X818 will be how much? 100 minus Y%. Understood? How did we just assume these two? Like percentage abundance means in 100% you have some percentage of isotope X816 and some percentage of isotope X818. Okay, so it's something like that. If you have a mixture, okay, and if 60% of some isotope is present, obviously the other isotope which is there in the mixture will be 100 minus 60, that is 40%. So just like that we have assumed here also ki if X816 isotope is in Y percentage, so X818 isotope will be in 100 minus Y percentage. Okay, now we will use the formula, the same equation or the formula whatever we have used previously in the previous question itself. So we will use that formula only, and from that equation we will find out the percentage abundance of each isotope. So what is the formula? Average atomic mass of element X element is there, no, is equal to, okay, molar mass into percentage abundance of X816 isotope plus again the molar mass into percentage abundance of isotope X818. Okay, so as you know, average atomic mass of element X is given, that is 16.2 U. So 16.2 U, in place of this we will write the value is equal to molar mass and percentage abundance of X816. So X816 molar mass is 16 gram, we'll just ignore gram, okay, into percentage abundance of X816 is how much? Y%. Okay, plus again molar mass of X818, what is that? 18 grams. So 18 we will write. And what is the percentage abundance of X818? X818 will be 100 minus Y%. Okay, so we'll just try to simplify the equation. 16 into Y by 100 plus 18 into 100 minus Y by 100, okay, or 16.2 U, okay, is equal to 16Y by 100 plus, we'll just multiply 18 into 100, 1800 minus 18Y divided by 100, okay, or 16.2u is equal to, we'll take the LCM 100. So 16y plus 1800 minus 18y. Okay, 16y minus 18y, how much? Minus 2y. Okay, and we will just take 100 in the left side. So 16.2 u into 100 is equal to 1800 minus 2y. Okay, or okay, 16.2 u into 100, how much you'll get? 1620.0 u. Okay, is equal to 1800 minus 2 y. Understood? Or now we will just put this 1800 value in left side. So when it goes left side, becomes 1620 u minus 1800 is equal to minus 2y, or 180 minus 180 will be equal to minus 2y. Minus minus will get cancelled. Then 180 by 2 will give you the y. That is what? 90. 90 is equal to y. Now what is y? Y is the percentage abundance of isotope X816. है? So we have found out the value of y. So y is equal to 90%, which is equal to what? Percentage abundance of isotope X816. Now 100 minus y is equal to, we will put the value of y here, 100 minus 90, that is equal to 10%. Now what is 100 minus y? 100 minus y is what? As you can see, 100 minus y is what? It is the percentage abundance of isotopes. So 100 minus y we have already get, 100 minus 90, 10%. So 10%, here we have got, what is this? It is the percentage abundance of the isotope X818. So that's how we can just calculate the percentage abundance. So percentage abundance of isotope X816 is 90% and X818 is 10%. Okay, in the mixture of sample X. Okay, in the mixture of sample of element X. Okay, so that's how you can calculate the percentage abundance. Now next is composition of nuclei of two atomic species. X and Y are given as under. Okay, atomic species means what? Atomic species means it could be an atom, it could be an ion, it could be an atom only, it could be a radical. Okay, so here it is not specified that there are two atoms, there are two atomic species. Okay, so it might be an atom, it might be an ion, or it might be a radical. Okay, so we'll just see what is X and what is Y actually. So as you can see, X and Y are two atomic species. If you see number of protons in X, it is 6, and number of protons in the Y species is also 6. Now number of neutron in atomic species X is 6. Again in atomic species Y, number of proton is 8. Okay, what are these? These are the nucleons. Nucleons means these are the subatomic particles which are present in the nuclei of atoms. Okay, so that's why it is in composition of nuclei. So composition of nuclei means what are the particles present on the nucleus, or what is nucleus composed of. ठीक है, so nucleus composed of what? Protons and neutrons. ठीक है, okay, nucleus refers to what? Protons and neutrons. That's why it is written composition of nuclei. So whenever these words are given like composition of nuclei, then they are nothing but protons and neutrons they're talking about. Okay, so atomic species X and Y have the composition of nuclei, protons and neutrons, and the numbers are given. Now it is asking in the question, give the mass number of X and mass number of Y. Another part is, what is the relation between two species? मतलब what is the relation between the atomic species X and Y? Okay, so first let us find out the mass number of X. Okay, so mass number of atomic species X will be equal to what? You know how to find out mass number. It is the total number of protons. Okay, you can write here as total number of proton plus total number of neutrons in the nucleus of atom X. So total number of proton is given for the atomic species X, it is 6, and total number of neutron is also 6. So how much you will get? 12. So mass number of X we have calculated, it is 12. Okay, okay. Now mass number of the atomic species Y. Okay, again it is total number of proton and total number of neutron. So what is the total number of proton in atomic species Y? It is 6, plus total of number of neutron is 8. So how much you'll get? 8 plus 6, 14. So mass number of Y is 14. Now how can you symbolize X and Y? Since you know the mass number also and atomic number also you are knowing, it is the number of proton, that is 6. So you can symbolize X as 6, 12. Okay, 6 is the number of proton or atomic number is already given, and we just now calculated 12 is the mass number. So that's how we can symbolize the atomic species X. Okay, now atomic species Y, its number of proton is again 6. That means atomic number is 6. And what is the mass number calculated? 14. Okay, so we will write 14. This is the symbol of the atomic species Y. As we can just see that these are two atoms only. Atomic species is atom. Atomic species are atom only X and Y, because they are looking very much electrically neutral. They do not carry any charge or something. Okay? But what is the relation? You can just observe here. As you can see, X atomic number is 6 and Y atomic number is also 6. And their mass numbers are different. So we can just tell that these two atomic species, or the atoms, having the same atomic number but different atomic masses. So if you have the atoms of same element, then they will have the same atomic mass, and if those atoms of the same element will have the different atomic masses, they will be called as what? Isotopes. Okay, so that shows that they are the isotopes. Okay, so relation is what? These atomic species are isotopes. Okay, now you can also just tell me which element isotopes are these atomic species X and Y. As you can see, atomic number is 6. So 6 is the atomic number of which element? It is the element of carbon. So we can write these are the isotopes of carbon element. Understood? So that's how you can just explain, okay, and calculate the mass number, as well as you can just relate these two atomic species with each other. Okay. Next question is 14th. For the following statement, write T for true and F for false. First statement is J.J. Thomson proposed that the nucleus of an atom contains only nucleons. So this is a false statement. So we have written here F for false statement. It is because J.J. Thomson did not explain anything about nucleus only. So this statement is completely a false statement. Next is a neutron is formed by an electron and a proton combining together. Therefore, it is neutral. Now, this is also a false statement only, because although neutron is a neutral particle, but it is not formed by combining electron and proton together. So this is also a false statement. Next is the mass of electron is about 1 by 2000 times that of proton. Now this is a true statement. So we have written T here, and we have discussed also before that mass of one electron is about 2000 times smaller than that of proton. So this is completely a true statement. Next is an isotope of iodine is used for making tincture of iodine, which is used as medicine. So tincture of iodine is actually an antiseptic, and it is formulated or made by, it is a homogeneous mixture of iodine and alcohol, where alcohol acts as solvent here, and 2% of iodine is mixed with alcohol to form tincture of iodine. So here it is specifically telling that an isotope of iodine is used for making tincture of iodine, but it is not so. Tincture of iodine is just by mixing 2% of iodine powder with the solvent alcohol. So it's nothing like that a specific isotope of iodine you have to take for making the, or for preparing tincture of iodine. So this is a false statement actually. So you'll write F here. Okay. Now next question is put tick against correct and cross against the wrong options. Okay. So first question, Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment was responsible for discovery of atomic nucleus, electron, proton, or neutron. So the correct option is atomic nucleus. We know that during his experiment of alpha particle scattering experiment, he proposed nucleus. So obviously the discovery of atomic nucleus was done during his experiment, alpha particle scattering experiment, which was done by Rutherford. Okay, so we'll put cross over the other inappropriate options. Okay, next is isotopes of an element have the same physical properties, different chemical properties, different number of neutrons, or different atomic number. So isotopes of an element will have different number of neutrons. So we will put the correct mark here. Okay? Because why it is so? Because isotopes of atom will have the different atomic masses, and atomic masses are different because of difference in the number of neutrons. Okay, now other options are not the correct statement about isotopes, because the isotopes of element will not have the same physical property. In the previous classes I just told you that I will just see whether they have the same physical property or not. So now you can just sure of one of the properties of isotope is that they do not, isotopes of an element do not show the same physical property. They will show different physical properties, maybe in their boiling point, melting point, and other physical properties also. So here the statement written, the same physical property isotopes of an element have. So this is actually a wrong statement about the isotopes. So I put cross here. Next is different chemical properties. No, though though they have the different atomic masses, which results in the different physical properties between each isotopes of an element, but they will have the same chemical properties, means they will behave chemically in a similar way. Okay, so chemical composition, chemical properties will remain same for the isotopes of an element. Okay, but here it is written they will have the different chemical properties. No, they actually have the same chemical properties. So this statement is also the wrong statement about the isotopes of an element. Now this is correct, different number of neutrons. What about this different atomic numbers? Not at all, because isotopes of an element, so these isotopes will be of the same element, so these atoms will have the same atomic number and not different atomic number. So this is also an inappropriate statement about isotopes of an element, so we have put cross here. Okay, now next question is number of valence electrons in chlorine ion are Cl minus, as I have written here, Cl minus ion are. Okay, so what are the number of valence electron in Cl minus ion? So can you just tell me what is the valence electron in chlorine? So if you see chlorine atomic number is 17, so there are 17 electrons, so 287. This is the electronic configuration where you can see there are 7 valence electrons present in chlorine atom. But when you write Cl minus means what? It represents add up of one more electron in chlorine atom. Okay, since 17 protons, 17 electrons will cancel out each other's effect, but the addition of one more electron in chlorine forming the chlorine ion will have its effect. Okay, so when one electron is added to the outermost shell of chlorine atom will become Cl minus. It is because the extra electron which have been added to chlorine atom will carry one negative charge, and there are no extra protons which will cancel the effect of the extra negative charge, that is electron which have been added. Okay, because there are only 17 protons present in chlorine which will cancel the effect of 17 electrons only which is there in chlorine atom, and addition of one extra electron will actually give the net charge on chlorine atom, forming the chlorine atom a charged species, that is chlorine ion. So chlorine ion means one negative charge is there, that shows 17 plus 1 electrons are there, means 18 electrons are there. Okay, so 18 electrons, for 18 electron how will you distribute, or how will you write the electronic configuration? 2, 8 and since 17 plus 1 means 18 electron, 2, 8 and 8. Okay, so as you can see the valence electron here in chlorine ion is 8. So we will see whether 8 option is there. Yeah, this B option is showing the value 8. So we will just put the correct marking and other values will put cross, because these are all the wrong options. Okay, next is which one of the following is a correct electronic configuration of sodium? Okay, so you have to see whether, so sodium, you know, it is, there are 11 electrons there in sodium, as atomic number is 11, so 281. This is the correct electronic configuration. Now this is not showing the correct 821. This is also not showing the correct option. 281, 218. This is also not showing the correct option. Now here it is showing the same as we have written. So we will put the correct marking here. So the option is the correct option of this question. Next is complete the following table. Okay, this is the last question in this chapter, exercise question. So as you can see, atomic number, mass number, number of neutrons, number of protons, number of electrons, and name of the atomic species are given. Okay, so some columns are filled up and some are blank that we need to fill up now. Okay, so some data have been given, and with the help of those data we will try to fill up the blanks. Okay, so as it is written here, name of atomic species. Name of atomic species means the atomic species may be in the form of atom, or in the form of ion, or in the form of radical, or in the form of isotopic atom. Okay, isotopes. Okay, anything. So just by seeing this data we will predict whether what is that atomic species. Okay, okay, let's see the first one. So we will just see the first row. We will first fill up the first row, then second row, then third row, like that. So in first row, as we can see, the atomic number of the atomic species is given here, that is 9. If you know the atomic number, so atomic number shows number of protons, so directly just fill up the number of proton. If atomic number is given, then directly you will write number of protons. Okay, now if number of protons are given, okay, which is 9, and number of neutron is already given 10, so number of proton plus number of neutron will give you the mass number. So 10 plus 9, 19. Okay, so as from this data we can just predict it is a neutral species. Neutral species shows that number of proton will be equal to number of electrons. So here also we will just fill up with 9 here. Okay, now atomic number is 9, so what would be the and from the data we can just predict it is a neutral particle, that is it is in the form of atom. So atomic number 9 shows which atomic species or which atom? Tell. Yeah, it is fluorine. Okay, it is fluorine. Okay, now next is atomic number is given 16, so we will first fill up the number of proton by seeing the atomic number, that is it is 16 only. Okay, now atomic mass is given already, है ना? Atomic mass is given. So if atomic mass is given, we can calculate number of proton. How? By subtracting number of protons with mass number. So 32 minus 16 will give you what? 16. So 16 will be the mass number. And you can see here sulfur is already written, the name of the atomic species. Okay, so name of the atomic species is given here, that is sulfur. It is an atom, so it is a neutral species actually. So number of proton will be equal to number of electron. So it is 16. So for a neutral species, number of proton will always be equal to number of electron. Okay. The next row we will see here, the mass number is given and number of proton is given. Now other things we have to fill up. So number of protons given, it is 12. So automatically atomic number also will be 12 only, because atomic number is nothing but number of protons. Okay, now we have come to know the atomic number. Now mass number is given, number of proton is given. So again we can predict what? Number of neutrons by subtracting number of proton with mass number. So here we will get 12. Okay, so 12 is showing what? Mass number. Okay, so from this data we can just see key 12 neutrons, 12 proton, mass number is 24, and 12 is the atomic number. It means it is a neutral electrically neutral particle, that is an atom. So 12 atomic number refers to number of proton, and then number of electron also will be 12 only. So atomic number 12 refers to which atom? Magnesium. Okay, so we will write magnesium here. Okay, atomic species. Now we'll see here 2. Mass number is given, number of proton is also given, number of electron is also given. Okay, 2 is the mass number. Okay, number of proton is given 1, means atomic number will be 1 only. Now from mass number and number of proton, we can predict number of neutrons. Number of neutron will be 1. Okay, now atomic number is 1. Understood? Atomic number is 1 here, but mass number is showing here, that is 2. Okay, so mass number is 2. That means it is an atom of hydrogen only, but in the form of isotope. So it is actually a deuterium. In course you can write hydrogen atom. Okay? Why it is deuterium? It is because here in hydrogen atom there is no neutron. Neutron number will always be what? It will always be 0. Okay, but here you can see number of neutron and proton, which has given the mass number 2. Now for protium, mass number is 1, but for the deuterium mass number is 2. Okay, so it is in the form of actually 1H2, which is called as deuterium. Okay, this is deuterium. Now next we will see here also mass number is given, number of proton is given. Okay, and number of electron is also given. Okay, so how will this do it? Now number of neutron is also given here, that is 0. Okay, so mass number is given, number of proton is given, so atomic number will be 1 only, because number of proton is 1. 1 shows atomic number, 1 show it might be some species of hydrogen element only. But here to see that number of electron is 0. If a number of proton is 1, number of electron is 0, that means it is not the hydrogen atom, but there is loss of 1 electron from hydrogen atom. So means there is loss of electron in hydrogen atom, that means it is in the form of H plus. Okay, H plus shows what? There is loss of 1 electron. Okay, and positive charge becomes dominant, means there is nothing to cancel out the effect of 1 positive charge because of the removal of 1 electron from hydrogen atom. And neutron number shows ki it is the atom of hydrogen only, but number of electrons shows there is removal of 1 electron, which is making hydrogen atom a hydrogen radical. So this is actually hydrogen ion. We can also call it as protium cation. You know protium is 1H1. 1H1 shows there is the presence of 1 proton, 1 electron and 1 mass number 1, that means 0 neutron. Okay, and removal of 1 electron from this protium will make protium as protium cation, that is H plus. So you can also hydrogen ion or protium cation. Okay. Now just go through all the questions and make a note of it. And if you have any doubt, you can clarify in the class itself. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.